Hello there. Thank you so much for being with me. Go ahead and turn up your volume so that we can get started. Doctors told her there was nothing they could do. She was 26 years old, and every single strand of hair on her body was absolutely gone. Not patches, not thinning. After years of watching it fall off, she never actually believed it would get this bad, but it did. She had seen every specialist she could. She had tried every treatment her doctors recommended, and she had been told the same thing over and over again. There is nothing you can do. Just accept it. Learn to live without your hair. 8 months after finding this program, here's what Juliet had to say.
Hi, my name is Juliet, and I lost the entirety of my hair to alopecia universalis at the age of 26, and it was absolutely devastating. Over the course of 3 years, my hair kept thinning and thinning to the point where I had to shave it off. I had dealt with areata in the past, and the bald patches seemed to all grow back on their own, so I never thought that I'd get to the point of complete hairlessness, but I was wrong. I did get there, and I had lost all faith at this point in my doctors, who seemingly had no answers for me. Not only was I grieving my hair loss, I was grieving the future that I had imagined for myself. I was really at my wit's end, and that is when Alopecia Angel came into my life. This is my hair progress after doing the program. I have some eyelashes, I definitely have some body hair going on, and obviously this little pixie cut. It still is a work in progress, but even 6 months ago, I was still pretty bald. I am beyond grateful to the Hair and Heal program. It really just felt like the universe was pivoting me into this direction of discipline and up-leveling my health above all else. My confidence is at a high right now, not only because I have my hair back, but because I've achieved the impossible. I learned just how in control I am. I might have the genetic makeup for alopecia, but my environment and my choices are essentially what signaled the expression of those genes, and that I have the power with hard work and determination to turn that off.
This was all achieved with no prescriptions or injections. None of the treatments her doctors told her she could live without. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how she did it. But first, I need to ask you something. Do you remember what life felt before the hair loss? Before this situation exacerbated? Before you had to plan your entire morning around your hair? Before you started avoiding certain lighting, certain angles, certain photos? Potentially even avoiding traveling, dating, swimming, or windy days? Before shower day became something you dreaded all week? Because now you stand at the drain and you look down, and that hollow feeling hits you all over again. Maybe you've gotten good at hiding it. The careful way you position yourself in photos, the hats, the scarves, the toppers, the hours in the mirror, lying and trying to cover what's missing. Maybe you've spent thousands of dollars already, tried more products that you can't even count, seen specialist after specialist, and been told over and over some version of the same useless advice. This is just something you're going to have to live with. Maybe you just have to accept it and embrace it. If that's your story, I need you to hear this. That advice is wrong, utterly wrong. It's archaic and it's not true. And you are exactly in the right place to learn how and to see how this is all possible for you. Because in this masterclass, I'm going to show you something that most doctors don't fully understand about hair loss. The real reason your hair is still falling out, and it has nothing to do with your scalp, nothing to do with your genetics, nothing to do with your age, and nothing to do with finding the right serum or the right shampoo. What I'm about to share with you has helped thousands of women, men, and children in over 68 countries worldwide grow their hair back in full after being told it was impossible, after being told that there was nothing for them to do, after being shunned and turned away by the same specialists that they were seeking advice from. Even after decades of hair loss, even with alopecia totalis and universalis, even with scarring alopecia. Scarring alopecia is LLP, FFA, frontal fibrosing alopecia. It could also be CCCA. There's various types of scarring alopecia. By the time this masterclass is over, you are going to understand exactly, maybe for the very first time, probably, exactly why your hair is falling out and exactly what it actually takes to stop it for good, for life. I'm Johanna. I'm the founder of Alopecia Angel. And more than 9 years ago, I was sitting exactly in the same place you are now. I too had immense hair loss. I too had the autoimmune alopecia. which was going into totalis. I lost over 50% of my hair, eyelashes, eyebrows, and an extra inch of forehead. I'm 45 now and grow an amazing extra inch of hair. As you can see, I've got my beautiful grays to show for it. I still do my highlights, and hair loss is no longer a concern for me. It's no longer a worry. I have peace of mind, and I've healed it naturally, and it's never come back. Not even after COVID, not even after pregnancy at 40, not even after stressful times. I learned to control it, and this is what I teach so that hair loss never is an issue for you ever again. I was in my 30s. I was the healthiest I had ever been my whole entire life. Not just compared to my past self, but compared to everyone around me, friends and family. I had a personal trainer, and I was literally the healthiest person in my family and my friend group. I worked out every day. I ate well. I did everything right. I had the abs to show for it. And then one day, sitting in the salon chair, I was diagnosed by my stylist, who told me I had alopecia and I needed to go see a doctor. And I found out the hard way what this looks like. I found out the hard way that Google and internet searches were absolutely wrong. It's not an incurable disease. It's not something you can't put into remission. It's not something that you have to live with or embrace. It's not something that I have to live through for the rest of my life. It's not my destiny. It's not my future. However, in the moment, in the salon chair, my world fell apart. I was taking in all these negative words and the internet searches and what I was seeing with great despair and with great pain, absolute pain. The next month, things got worse. More shedding, more spots. It started with one in the back, then a second, then a third, and they all started connecting. I was losing hair all over as well, so I had two different types of alopecia, the diffuse, telogen effluvium, and then also the alopecia areata. I lost over 50% of my hair, extra inch of forehead, eyebrows, and eyelashes. And month after month, I was looking in the mirror at someone I didn't recognize, at someone that didn't feel, look, or sound like me. And through it all, one question kept running through my mind. If I always had hair, big curly hair for my whole life, why now at the peak of my health, why now at the peak of my prime, am I losing it all now? Why me? Why now? When I'm doing everything right. I was in my prime. I had just met my now husband. It made absolutely no sense. So I did what you probably have done. I went to the doctors. I saw specialists in Europe. I saw specialists in the Netherlands and in the United States, in California, in Denver, and I kept hearing the same things. Try this medication, do this, do that, come back in 3 months, here's a prescription. Or, like the doctors in the Netherlands, I have nothing for you. Quit using a ponytail. Not one of them could tell me why this was happening. Not any of them could show me results of people who have healed their alopecia. Not any of them could show me any guarantee or any path that seemed viable. As somebody who had just met their husband, who just got married and wanted to start a family, I stopped myself in the tracks of medications. I didn't want it because of the negative, harmful side effects. I have a free PDF on my website about it if you want to learn more about medications that cause hair loss, and then also alopecia meds and their side effects, because fertility is one of them. Erectile dysfunction is another. Suicide is another. There are many black box warnings, and this is a thing that no one is talking about. But more importantly, not one of them could tell me why this was happening. Not one of them was asking the right questions. None of them had the right solutions, and none of them had any other option or offers to give or to lend. And so they looked at my scalp, barely. They handed me a prescription and sent me on my way. And this is like putting a fresh coat of paint on a house that's on fire. It doesn't need a fresh paint. It needs more. It needs support. And deep down, I knew they were wrong. And deep down, I knew I could heal myself naturally. And I knew there was something much more going on. I refused to believe that this was permanent because I had always had big curly hair, which meant that I had changed something. Something was causing this. And if something was causing this, it could be found. And if it could be found, it could be fixed. That question, why I would be losing my hair now and when I was at my healthiest, that question saved my life. It allowed me to endure 4 years of trial and error, research, investigations, so that I can understand what was happening to me with all my blind spots, with all my imperfections, with all my trial and errors, with all my failures, with all my successes that led me all to where I am today, with full hair growth over 10 years, with not one aspect of hair loss ever again. What followed were years of research, medical investigations, trials, errors, dead ends, and absolute breakthroughs. Relentless, obsessive searching, 16, 18-hour days, weekends included. I made it my job to get my hair back. And slowly, something started to shift. The ancillary symptoms that had been compounding and dragging me down, absolutely gone. And then one day I looked in the mirror and I saw hair. And more importantly, I saw her. I saw Johanna. She was coming back. She felt better. She felt the real me from before when alopecia had already started. And I finally understood that what had been happening all along, that discovery became everything. I went on to help men, women, and children in over 68 countries reverse their hair loss naturally and holistically. Not manage it, not cover it up, reverse it for good. Thousands of people with alopecia areata, totalis, universalis, telogen effluvium, female pattern baldness, thyroid-induced, stress-induced, scarring alopecia, postpartum, you name it, we've tackled it. 9 years later, now in my 40s, 45, I grow an inch of hair a month. I had my first baby naturally at 40. Alopecia never came back. Not through COVID, not through pregnancy, not through anything. I control my hair now, and you can too. But to understand how, you need to understand something that almost nobody in the hair loss industry will tell you. Let me start with the thing that you've probably been told the most. Your hair loss has no cure. This is a complete lie. A complete lie. Think about how many times you've heard that. From doctors, from Google, from every article you've read at midnight when you couldn't sleep. There's no cure. Here's the truth about that statement. It's not that your hair can't grow back. It's that there is no one cure that will heal everybody in the same way, fashion, and time frame, all the same. That works identically for every single person. And that aspect is true because it's not a pill or a product, because it's not a lotion or a potion, because we are not everybody and everybody is not us. And this is it. Your biology is completely unique. Your history, your immune system, your gut, your hormones, your second or third or fourth autoimmune disease, your post-cancer, your health goals, wanting to have a baby, wanting to get through puberty, wanting to go to college, wanting so many things. It's all going to look different for everybody. Your stress response, your environment, every single one of these things, factors, are different from every other person on this planet. And that's exactly why one pill, one serum, one lotion, potion, treatment will never work for everyone. It has to be tailored. It's not that healing is impossible, because it's not. It's that no one has been treating you, the individual person, the whole you, all of you. They've only been treating the diagnosis, the type of hair loss. But even within the type of hair loss is so different. And the triggers, the root causes for each person, even if we all had the same type of hair loss, would still look all different. Maybe some overlapping, but still look all different. We can all finish the race. But the how we get there, how long it takes, the timing, the shoes we're wearing, and everything else is going to look different. And that's okay. There's a massive difference of just treating the hair loss type versus treating all of you. Because when you're just treating the diagnosis, you're not getting to everything else that needs to be considered and taken into account. And here's the other myth that I want to address, because it might be the most damaging belief in the entire hair loss space. Your genetics are what they are, and there is nothing you can do about them. And this is absolutely untrue as well. We offer DNA testing worldwide. We also offer gold standard functional medicine testing worldwide. And in this DNA report, yes, it's over 100 pages. Yes, it tells you exactly what you need. However, it also, you need to take into consideration that your situation now not show up in your DNA. So for example, I have clients who are currently in chemo treatment or post-chemo. That doesn't show up in your DNA, but your predisposition for chronic disease, your predisposition for Alzheimer's, your predisposition for different factors does show up. And so this is the thing. Your DNA is not everything. It's part of the puzzle, but it's not the whole puzzle. Because as you can see, the DNA didn't say, oh, you're going to get breast cancer at XYZ age. It didn't say, oh, you're going to have an autoimmune disease by the time you're in your 30s. It didn't say you're going to do this or have this. This is epigenetics. This is what we control, because we have a choice. We have a choice in how we live every day and what we eat every day and what we do every day. We have a choice. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are moving the needle towards more health or worse health, more hair or less hair. And this is the thing. When you look at your DNA, it's only just part of the picture, but not the whole picture. I recently sat down with Dr. Sam Shea on my podcast, and we talked about this exact idea. And what he said will likely shock you. Genetics show what is possible, but they don't pull the trigger. This is where epigenetics, diet, and lifestyle come into play. What you do, how you eat, how you live, what you're exposed to, how you support your body determines whether those genetic tendencies actually are expressed, are actually turned on. Hence the autoimmune disease, hence cancer, hence chronic disease, hence hair loss, hence anything else, right? We're not supporting our body the way we need to be on a personalized note. And this is it. We all have that blueprint, but it's only now with the technology that we have now that we actually have answers, that we actually have a manual for us, for our own personal DNA. That's the power of knowing and healing. Your genes load the gun. Your environment and your daily choices determine whether it fires. And that means that you have far more power over your hair loss than anyone ever told you, than anyone ever allowed you to believe. Now, let me talk about why everything you've tried hasn't worked, because I want you to understand something very critical. This is not your fault. Think about this image. Your car has a check engine light on, and instead of opening the hood to find out what's wrong, instead of getting a diagnostic, everyone keeps washing the car, putting new tires on, buying a better air freshener. The car still breaks down because nobody looked inside. Nobody looked underneath the hood. Nobody ran tests. No one took it to the mechanic. This is exactly what has been happening with your hair. Your hair loss is a symptom. Just like a fever is a symptom, just like fatigue is a symptom, it's your body signaling that something deeper is amiss, that something deeper is wrong, that something deeper is imbalanced. And when you only treat the symptom, when you put minoxidil on your scalp, when you get PRP, a laser cap, take biotin, or saw palmetto, you are just washing the car. You are not getting to the root causes. You are not looking underneath the hood. You are not finding the real problem. And that's why it keeps coming back. And that's why the hair loss is continuous. And that's why you have vicious cycles. And that's why you haven't been able to heal this once and for all. Because the real problem is still there. It's waiting, it's untreated, and it's getting worse underneath. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So minoxidil, sold under the name brands like Rogaine, is one of the most commonly recommended treatments for hair loss for everybody in the world, worldwide. Everyone knows what minoxidil is. However, it works by suppressing symptoms. They don't ask why you have the hair loss. They just try to slow it down temporarily. The problem is that once you stop, all the hair that you've gained goes away. The problem is that there's side effects, and it can backfire on you. And at some point, it does stop working. At some point, the side effects show up. And when you stop taking them, the hair loss returns completely and in a massive reaction, often worse than before, because the root cause is still there. You have been just postponing the conversation your body is trying to have with you. You weren't listening. I wasn't listening. I understand. Then there are the serums, the shampoos, the biotin, the supplements, the saw palmetto. Here's what nobody tells you about supplements. Taking the wrong supplement doesn't just waste money, it can actually make things worse. Without knowing your specific biology, what exactly you need right now, today, without actually testing for your levels, you are just guessing, trying to throw things at the wall and seeing what sticks. That is not the approach. You need a strategic approach for you. And I'm guessing with your health, this is a very expensive way to get nowhere. I see this constantly. Clients come to me taking handfuls of supplements every day. And when we actually look at the data, those supplements aren't moving the needle. Some of them are actively creating more problems and more hair loss. Then there's the PRP, the laser caps, the red light therapy. These are not bad technologies, but they're still only looking at your scalp. They're still not asking why. A laser can stimulate your follicles all day, but if your gut is inflamed, if your immune system is off or attacking its own tissue, if your body is depleted in some way, your hormones are off, it still is not helping the situation and you still won't get any results. Does this make sense? The laser is just adding more paint to a burning house. So what actually works? What is the difference between thousands of people who've reversed hair loss after being told it was impossible and the people who are still spending, still waiting, and still hoping? One word: personalization. Knowing exactly what is causing your hair loss, not hair loss in general, but yours, is the key. What I discovered after years of research and working with thousands of clients is that hair loss almost always comes from a combination of multiple root causes that are completely unique to you. And once again, sometimes we may have some overlapping situations, but all in all, it's going to look very and vastly different, regardless of the same hair type. It could be your gut. Your inflammation levels, your hormones, your thyroid, your immune function, lifestyle, cellular optimization, what you're eating, what you're being exposed to, what's happening at the cellular level. It's not just one thing. It never is. It's usually several things working together silently that nobody has ever looked for. But here's what changes everything. When you actually identify what is specifically triggering your hair loss, your specific triggers in your specific body at the specific time in your life, and then you address those root causes properly, strategically, and in the right order, your body knows exactly how to grow hair. It's innate, it's natural, just like breathing, just like the heartbeat. We don't have to do anything. The heart beats on its own. We breathe on our own. This is just innate. And hair growth is innate when the body is supported because your body knows exactly how to grow hair. It always has. It just needs the right conditions, the right environment. That is the exact secret. And this is what the hair loss industry does not want you to know. Because if you understood this, you would stop buying products that only look at the surface, that are focused on a one-size-fits-all approach. And that will never work. You would stop spending money on treatments that never ask why. You would stop handing your power over to an industry that profits from you from never fully healing. Now, I want to show you what this actually looks like. What matters is that it looks like for real people just like you. You've heard about Juliet at the beginning of this video. She said it herself. I've achieved the impossible. I've learned just how in control I am. She is not the exception. She is not a unicorn, and neither am I. She is what becomes possible when you stop treating the surface and start finding the real answer. And she is not alone.
My hair is growing back. Oh my God. Like my hair is totally growing in. The first thing that started coming back was my eyebrow. And I feel like that started at like week 3 or 4. It was really freeing to just let my body go into healing mode. It's like really taken me to a new level. Just felt so empowering, and it was so great for my confidence. So that's been really wonderful, and that's been a huge gift.
We're very grateful for doing the program. Zero complaints. Learned a lot.
I love hearing the AlA from now from the AlA when we first met. It's a 360. I love it. So has the alopecia areata resolved? Is it gone?
Yeah, I have no itching. It's got the coverage for sure. No doubt about it. I feel more educated, so I can make smarter decisions regarding my health, my food. It's a whole total game change. Thanks a lot for everything, Joanna. Really appreciate it. And for being patient with me a lot. I appreciate that too. Thank you so much.
Dermatologist, she thinks that it's 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭. My mind was stuck. It was on this repeat of I'm going to lose all my hair. People are going to notice. What am I going to do? I'm going to have to get a wig. Just this constant replay, even though I've been on a lot of antibiotics my whole life because of sinusitis, bronchitis. I always tried the natural route first, but the dermatologist I had before said, I'm going to put you on minoxidil, finasteride. I picked up the prescription, but I was like, I don't want this.
What would you say to anyone who's on the fence?
Do it because you're worth it. Getting your life back is worth it.
I got a lot from your program. Believe me, I've changed so much how I do things, the makeup I wear, the things I use to clean my house, the food that I eat. In this country, in England, it's so hard to get the right kind of help. Oh my God, it's just bonkers.
I know the pain of living abroad and not having what you want when you want it.
Yeah, it's absolutely bonkers. So even just trying to get a doctor's appointment here, unless you've got a leg falling off or your head has been cut off, it's just impossible. So you have to advocate for yourself and do everything yourself. And it's so hard to find the right people. So I'm so pleased to have found you. I was just looking at my diary that I kept while I was doing the program. It was so exciting, far more than any doctor I've ever seen in this country. You really do. I'm so grateful. I really am. Thank you.
It's so deep, this journey, and it goes beyond just like, you need to do this and be like, okay, I'm going to do it. I think for me, a huge part of it was like, I was seeing results, big results by month 5. This is an amazing opportunity to save myself from a lot of ailments and illness that could potentially have come my way. And I'm so grateful that I found you and the program, because it has not only helped me, but it's helped my family. It's helped my loved ones. It's had ripples in my community. There's nothing more beautiful than when we find people who can help us. It's not easy, but it's so worth it, because at the end of any sort of adversity, the gift is joy.
Before I lose hair, I get like a burning sensation. That's gone.
You are in week
Week 5.
5. You've already seen hair growth. Your sensitivity has gone. The inflammation in your scalp has gone away. What else can you share with us?
I don't get the hot sweats anymore. Since joining, there's that hope. I feel better. And now I'm on this journey. I'm going to carry on until I've got hair like you, Joanna.
I was having good results in week 6. What happened was there was 90% reduction in my hair shedding in the shower drain, almost gone in the shower drain. I'm happy getting up in the morning to get the day started. Like, that is a huge emotional shift that I'm seeing. I think this journaling process is really crucial because when I saw the week 6 result, I was completely blank. But then the sleep, the diet, I think everything holistically helped. I'm excited to move forward.
I'm just very grateful. It's great to have a community and have people like you that support us and love us and go above and beyond to try and help us. I really wish I would have found you like 2 years ago because I would have saved myself a lot of time and a lot of tears. The program, the way you set it up, how easy it is to follow, how the communication is fantastic between you and everyone that you work with, and just how it's set up, your demeanor, how you treat people. That to me was worth every single penny, Joanna. Like, you really went above and beyond to make me feel like this was going to be okay. There's so much more to this program than just getting your hair back. The knowledge of it and the peace of mind, like, it's just so encompassing. And I just hope that if anyone's on the fence, please just really understand that time is precious. Your time is worth it and you are worth it. There is a way to do this properly for the rest of your life.
Gosh, I just think the program is awesome. The way that you plan it out step by step, it eventually builds on each other, which makes everything super easy. You know, you always think, oh, I have to switch my whole lifestyle. Like, where do I even start? And with your program, it's just like, here's where you start. This is what you do this week. Next week, we'll do this. And, you know, you just start implementing everything step by step that builds to this huge picture, which you thought was impossible. And now, you know, looking back, it's like, oh, no big deal. It's easy.
If my memory serves me right, he went from alopecia universalis to full hair growth now in like less than 6 months.
Yes.
6 months, 8 months, like 8 months. That's amazing. Would you recommend this program for other adults or other children or other parents? And if so, any words of advice or tips for them?
Yes, absolutely. I will recommend this program not only for adults or children with alopecia, but also for anyone who wants to have a healthy diet. To be honest with you, everything that you set on your program is just, that's how it's supposed to be.
So in 3.5 months, you recuperated more than 90% of all the bald spots that you had in your head.
Yeah, I had one very small one in the neck, very small, and I had one over the ear, and it's coming, but it's going very. This one is very slow.
I've been really, really happy with what I've been seeing, the results I've been seeing. My hair started coming out at the back, so really obvious bit here, which is obviously like the worst bit, and I've got quite thin hair anyway. Since the day when I first found the first patch on the back of my head, I feel like I've made like a huge progress since then.
I've been very motivated, probably the most motivated I've been in my life to do anything with this program. I was standing in front of the mirror doing my makeup, and I do this, and all of a sudden when I did this, I just saw all these light ones coming through. It's coming up here. It's new hair. You can see it. It's new hair coming through. So that obviously motivates me even more because it's possible.
So far, I've felt like I've had like a ton of progress. I have like no shedding anymore, like no extreme shedding. Like every time I used to shower, I used to have like tons of hair coming out pretty much, at least for me personally. And that doesn't happen anymore. It's just like normal.
I noticed my hairline was coming in slowly but surely. So I'm still on track with the program. The weight loss is phenomenal. Like everybody sees the weight loss. If anything, they see that.
You see hairline, weight loss, little ponytails coming in, all the shiny spots are going away. You even had vacation, you cheated, and you're getting back into the groove of things, but you're seeing so many differences, mind, body, and spirit.
Differences. Yeah.
Truly, this program has changed my life, especially mood-wise. I feel like that's where I'd like to start because I was in such a darker place. And I did not realize just how far this program would bring me mentally, spiritually, physically. In the first 3 weeks,
there's just been like so much growth. I'm feeling like I'm on the right path there.
Your work, what you're doing it's priceless. And to put it out there, like I said, just enough to get you going. I feel like now with me doing that program it's the byproduct was getting my hair back. You can live without your hair, but to be as healthy as I feel and how good I feel, you can't buy that.
Having somebody who's walked the path, who's done it, got options, it is a no-brainer. Your health, you can't put a price on your health, but just how you feel, your own dignity, your own sense of self. I think that feeling of being able to walk outside the house and not feel embarrassed constantly doing your hair all the time, or that feeling in itself, it's a no-brainer.
I noticed a difference in her in 2 weeks. Some of the little spots, they're just like disappearing. It's like growing so quickly. Right before we found the bald spot, I felt like something was wrong with her. She had dark circles under her eyes and she didn't look well. But the only thing that was going to get Michelle on this track was alopecia. That's what I'm so thankful for. And it does make me emotional. When we were praying last week, I said, I'm so thankful for alopecia to get you healthy. And she said, I'm so thankful for finding Alopecia Angel.
3 weeks, and we've already tackled your blood sugar lows. We've tackled your hair loss, and it's all coming together. This is huge.
It is amazing. I wasn't expecting. I was thinking maybe if I'm lucky. I was really trying to sort of mentally prepare myself for just not getting too excited. But yeah, I feel like I'll look back on this time and like with immense gratitude for this.
My body just felt so good, all kinds of energy. I was sleeping well, had all kinds of energy. And then I've noticed hair grow, little hairs coming here, just my length, my hair is growing a lot faster. My nails growing, my knees don't hurt anymore. My joints don't hurt anymore. I think that was one of the first things I noticed. Just thank you for all your insight and your positivity and being honest about things.
This is what I'm here for.
I feel like this whole experience has changed my life. I know that sounds so cheesy, but it's done a lot of good for me and it feels good. You can't see it on the computer, but this part right here has been smooth as a baby's bottom for almost 4 years now. And since starting your program, I have significant hair growth.
I was hesitant at first as to what is this? Will this really help? But I tried, and sometimes you won't know until you try something, and your results may be different from mine in terms of the time it takes, but there are definitely positive results to be gained from the program for your hair and for your overall health. So if you're actually on the fence about joining, I would say go ahead, just dive in. I'm sure you've made other decisions that you were not 100% sure what the outcome would be. This may just be one of them. So go right ahead and do it. Your body will love you for it, and your hair will love you even more. Thank you so much, Joanna, for what you do, and helping others, not just women, but I'm sure there are many in the program who have benefited. But we women, we love our hair. Our hair is our crown. So it works for us. So thank you so much for what you do, for putting in your time and effort in educating and helping us. And if there's anybody else there that, would like to give this program a try, go ahead and do it, because there's nothing to lose and you will certainly benefit from the time that you put into it.
Almost like an inch that I've lost. I can now see hair coming back. I can now figure out my hairline as well. Earlier on, there was no hairline either, because there was almost 1 inch from the hairline till back. 1 inch hair was almost lost. So I can now see that coming back. I've tried so many things. I've tried so many wrong things that actually pulled the hair out of my follicles. I tried something like a mesh where my hair was pulled through. I got another hair system which they stuck to my head. When they removed that, my hair follicles came out. So I could see my own hair fall out. This is almost like 12 years ago. I went to a hair specialist and he said, hair once lost is lost forever and you'll never regain it, no matter what you do. So I tried all wrong things to damage my hair further.
It was so sudden and so severe. I've lost 60% of my hair and it stopped a couple weeks ago. So it was a lot for me to process. Washing my hair was so emotionally distressing for me that I just dreaded it. Like my husband could tell the whole mood in our house was just awful the days that I had to wash my hair. I used to dread getting ready for work because there was just hair all over the counter. I might have 2 hairs on the counter or 3. Less hair loss than I had on a regular day 5 years ago. It's crazy. I am so grateful that I've seen some results because I think overall it's been a really good experience. It's been hard, but it's been worth it.
Every single one of those people has a few things in common. And I want you to really sit with this for a moment. because this is important. Every single one of them had been dealing with this for years, some of them decades, not weeks, not months, years, years of trying things that didn't work, years of appointments that ended up with no real answers, years of being told, this is just the way it is. There is no cure. You're going to have to learn with this. You're going to have to live with this. You're going to have to embrace this. They were told their hair loss was permanent. They were told their condition was irreversible. They were told their body had simply decided and that this was the final word. None of this is true. And every single one of them had one more thing in common. Not a single doctor, specialist, or product had ever looked for their root causes. Not one. Until they found this. Until they found the Hair and Heal program. The second thing they all have in common is that at some point, despite all of that, despite the years of disappointment, despite being told it was impossible, despite the part of them that had almost given up, they took the leap of faith, the leap that they knew and believed that they could do this, that they could heal naturally, that they can put hair loss and alopecia behind them once and for all. They decided that the real answer was worth looking for. They decided their body deserved to be understood, not just managed. And that decision changed everything. Not because they got lucky, not because they were special cases, not because of anything else, but because when you finally find the root cause, when you finally give your body what it actually was asking for, it responds every single time. This is not a miracle. This is biology working the way it has always supposed to be. The only question is whether you are going to give it that chance. This is why 90% of our clients see results in less than 8 weeks. This is why the shedding stops anywhere from week 1 to week 6, even after having hair loss for 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, over 40 years. Because when you finally give your body what it specifically needs, it moves fast. It wants to accelerate the healing process. One of our clients said something I believe captures this program better than anything I could ever say myself. The byproduct of doing this program is getting your hair back. You can live without your hair, but to be as healthy as I feel, you can't buy that. Having somebody who's walked the path, who's done it, who gets it, it's a no-brainer. And another one said, I wish I would have found you 2 years ago. I would have saved myself so much time and so many tears. 2 years, 2 years of trying things that didn't work. 2 years of dreaded shower days and covered mirrors and hoping the next thing would be finally different. 2 years she could have had her hair back and her life back. I don't want that to be your story. I spent 4 years myself, and this is exactly why this was created, to condense the time of healing, to show and expedite real hair growth, real results in less time. Your body's not broken. Your follicles are not gone. You have not run out of options. You have just never had someone look at you, all of you, to really determine what's happening inside of you. And that is exactly what this program does. So let me tell you about it. Here's what I want to do right now. I want you to think about where you are today. The dreaded shower mornings, the careful positioning in photos, the specialist appointments that ended with no real answers, the products that promised everything and delivered nothing. Now I want you to think about where the people you just heard from are today. Juliet, 26 years old, not a single hair on her entire body. She went from alopecia universalis to full hair growth in just 6 months. For anyone with alopecia totalis or universalis, it takes around 6 to 8 months for a buzz cut or a pixie cut. Vicky, shedding in clumps for over 10 years, watching it almost completely stop in 1 week. 1 week, the shedding stopped. Erica, Mandy, Susan, children, adults, people in their 40s, people in their 20s. Michelle, every type of alopecia, every country, every background. The difference between where they are today and where they are and where they came from is not genetics. It's not luck. It's not finding the right product. It's one thing. They finally had someone look at what was actually happening inside their specific body. Someone who has the techniques, the tools, the expert eye, education, and the determination to help you succeed. And that is exactly why and what the Hair and Heal is designed to do, to help you succeed all the way, not just halfway, all the way. I want full hair growth for everybody, and it's definitely possible for you. To get your hair growing with our guaranteed proven method, let me tell you exactly what you get when you enroll. The first thing we do is your evaluation. It's not a quiz that spits out the same recommendations for everyone. It's a real thorough evaluation of you, your history, your symptoms, your lifestyle, your blind spots, the factors nobody has ever looked at, because every single one of our clients has blind spots. Every single one of us has triggers. Every single one of us has things that are holding us back that we do not know about. This is why I work with nurses, dietitians, nutritionists, functional medicine doctors, weight loss coaches, gut health coaches, and so many more, because they are in it, but you can't see outside the frame when you're inside the picture. Does this make sense? You need somebody to extrapolate and take out the things that are holding you back. Every single one of our clients has blind spots. Things they are doing or not doing that are actively holding their healing back without them even knowing it. Most of our clients have one or two major blind spots that are the entire reason nothing else has worked. The evaluation finds them. And once you know what they are, you cannot unknow them. That knowledge alone is worth the entire investment. From here, you go through the Hair and Heal 8-week step-by-step framework. Each week, another module. Each week, another lesson. This is the system I've spent years building, testing, and refining across thousands of clients in over 68 countries. It covers everything. We don't leave anything out. And if you'd like testing, you can add that on as well. It covers in full comprehension, diet, nutrition, not generic advice, but specific guidance tailored to your type of alopecia, your body, and the way you actually eat. We also offer DNA testing. We also go into hormones, thyroid, cellular optimization, metabolic health, and so much more. Whether you are vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, or a meat eater, the program works with your lifestyle, not against it. Supplements, what to take, what to avoid, and exactly how much. So you stop guessing and you stop accidentally making things worse. Gut health, hormones, immune function, stress response, sleep, inflammation. We cover every single piece of the puzzle in the right order at the right time. You also get access to worldwide functional medicine gold star testing, available in every country with no markups, direct to clients. DNA testing worldwide offered as well. This is the testing that most doctors either do not offer or charge a significant premium for. It gives you the actual data on what is happening inside your body. And when you combine that data with the framework, you are not guessing anymore. You know exactly what's happening, what's going on, and what we need to do immediately. You get access to our group calls. You can always add on personalized calls with me. Real calls where you can ask questions and get real answers. Not a forum where your message sits for a week unanswered. Direct access to someone who has actually been through the trenches and built this with a 9-year track record of helping others do the same worldwide. You get access to our community, people around the world who understand exactly what you're going through, who have been where you are, and who are proof every single day that this works. And when you join the Hair and Heal, you get lifetime access to everything, the framework, the lessons, the complete library, yours to return to at any time, because healing is not always a straight line. Life happens, stress happens, seasons change. And when they do, everything you need will be exactly where you left it. And when you enroll today, you will also receive our bonus video series, targeted guidance on stopping hair loss quickly, creating your own natural hair products at home, and navigating the situations that test your progress, travel, holidays, social gatherings, all of it. And if you join today within 24 hours of doing this masterclass, you get one personal call with me, yours truly, for free. Plus access to our expert library, an extensive searchable resource of advanced training, specialist interviews, and knowledge that goes well beyond what most doctors will ever tell you, because let's face it, they're only educated to give you medications for life or to do surgery. So if you don't fit into any of those buckets, they're not going to help you. Everything is in one place, every single piece of it designed around one goal: finding your root causes, finding your triggers, getting you to full hair growth in less time, and giving your body exactly what it needs to heal. Because if you don't know, you don't know. Now let me talk about the investment. The Hair and Heal program starts at $997 and on up, depending on the level of support and tier that you would like. And I want to be completely direct with you about that number. I know what you were thinking when you hear it. That's a significant amount of money. You've already spent significant amounts of money on products that didn't work, on appointments that ended with no answers, on treatments that helped for a few weeks and then stopped. Think about what that actually cost you, though. Not just the money, though, as that adds up fast. Think about the years. One of our clients told me that she had spent over $30,000 in 2 years before she found the Hair and Heal program. $30,000, 2 years, and her hair was still falling out. She enrolled in the Hair and Heal. 4 weeks later, her shedding had dropped by 90%. Hair and Heal was not an expense for her. It was a lifesaver, a mental, physical, and emotional lifesaver. It was the last thing she ever needed to spend on her hair. That is the only way to look at this. It's an investment in you, an investment in your health, in your future, because you are worth it. Not what it costs today, what it saves you from spending for the rest of your life. We've also partnered with Klarna, Afterpay. You can break it into various payments. We also offer an installment plan. If you're in the US, you can use your HSA account, because I don't want money to be the reason you stay stuck. We have a 60-day money back guarantee, because the thing is, when the actual solution is right here, money shouldn't be an objection. Not when you're this close to full hair growth, not when you're this close to getting all the answers, getting all the support that you truly want, need, and deserve. And here's what I want you to know about our track record. Thousands of clients, 68 countries, over 9 years of doing this. Shedding stops within 1 to 2 weeks, 1 to 6 weeks. People who had been losing hair for 5 years, 10 years, over 40 years, growing it back, children and adults, people with post-cancer treatment, people who just gave birth, people who are breastfeeding, people who want to conceive, people of all stages, races, and life all see results. And you can too. Every single type of hair loss, every single type of alopecia, including the types that doctors had told them had no cure. We don't normally do a guarantee, but I'm offering you one now, today, because I know this works. And I want to remove the risk and offer you the 60-day money-back guarantee. This is a conditional guarantee. You need to do the work and show the work in order for this to happen. This is the only time I am offering it, because after 9 years with a proven track record, with the results to show for it, I truly don't need one. This program works when you work it. Just going to the gym. You can't just sign up. You need to go to the gym. And every client who has shown up and followed the process has seen their body respond, has seen results even in just a few days, in just a week. That is not a lofty guarantee. Our results are rooted in a proven method with a 9-year track record. There is one thing I want to say to anyone sitting on the fence right now. I understand the hesitation, but imagine a wig costs over $1,000, and that's probably not the best type of wig either. And it doesn't fix the problem. Medications cost thousands per month and leave you with harmful side effects. PRP and laser caps do not address the root causes, and you have less than a 5% chance to get full hair growth with it. Serum, shampoos, pills, potions, and lotions are mere band-aids to what's really going on. And more importantly, you open the door for more health issues to arise just by waiting, just by being stuck in analysis paralysis, by not taking action. Real, proven results, action. Hair loss is a warning sign that needs to be addressed. It won't get better on its own. It's only going to get worse. For those of you with one autoimmune disease, you open the door to a second, a third, and a fourth. You have tried things before that did not work. You have spent money and been disappointed. You have let yourself get hopeful and have had that hope taken away. I understand exactly why a part of you wants to wait. I understand. And I want to say something directly to that part of you. That caution is not protecting you. It's actually a trap. It's keeping you exactly where you are, stuck in the same situation, stuck with hair loss, with no improvements, and not knowing what to do next. Every month you wait is another month of dreaded shower mornings, another month of careful photo angles, another month of hiding, not being yourself, avoiding swimming in public, windy days, travel, and living your best life. Another month of your body sending a signal that nobody is listening to. As one of our clients said, time is precious. Your time is worth it, and you are worth it. And another one said, that I've never forgotten, I really wish I could have found you 2 years ago. I would have saved myself so much time and so many tears. 2 years and she could have had this back. 2 years and she could have lived her best life. I do not want that to be your story. I spent 4 years and I shouldn't have. This can be done, resolved in less than 8 weeks. To enroll in the Hair and Heal, click the button below. You will receive immediate access to the full program, including your personalized evaluation, the complete 8-week framework, the bonus videos, and expert library. And if you join in the next 24 hours, you get a free call with me, and you can begin your evaluation today. Once you confirm, you get immediate access to unlocking your full hair growth, proven formula for thousands, and guaranteed or your money back. Your hair is not gone. Your follicles are not dead. Your body has not given up on you. It has been trying to tell you something this entire time, and now you finally know what to listen for. The only question left is whether you're going to listen. Enroll in Hair and Heal today. I look forward to speaking to you on our personal call. And if you have more questions, email us for a free consultation or click the link below for a free consultation. Talk to you soon. Take care.